Yo, what up, Fight World? Mike Tyson, Roy Jones, the numbers are back. This was a blockbuster. They said it did over 1 million pay-per-view buys. Goddamn. We're gonna talk about all that and more. I need y'all to smash the like button. I need that. We'll be back. Stay tuned. We're gonna go over these numbers. Yeah. Yo, what up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. Cash App is $Boxingego. Appreciate you guys for all the love and all the support that you've shown. Now let's talk about it. Roy Jones, he met up with fellow legend Mike Tyson. Didn't I just say that? Pensacola, baby. And the numbers came back, and they did real good. The numbers came back. They said Mike Tyson did approximately 1 to 1.5, 1.6 million pay-per-view buys on Trilla, a new app, kind of a new project. They did it for charity. They did it for the fans. And those are great numbers, people. Those are really great numbers. I don't know what people expected from the event. I actually purchased it. I did the Boxingego watch party. It was a great time. It was fun, very nostalgic. I think Snoop Dogg provided the comic relief. And overall, it just worked. You know, I'm glad it's all over. You know, people got that fix, if you will. And you know, it was a solid night. Nate Robinson, he got knocked out bad by a YouTuber, so that was the talk of the town. That went viral pretty much. And, you know, I enjoyed it. I didn't know what to expect. Mike Tyson and Roy both being over 50, both being my favorite fighters. But everything kind of worked. I think the setup was cool. I didn't like the color of the ring, but that's just nitpicking. The production was there. The production value was there. They didn't really have many mishaps or missteps or anything like that. Mike Tyson showed shades of what made him great. The body shots ripping hard to the body. Roy showed probably a little bit less of it. He treated it kind of more like an exhibition, but that's to be expected because he was fighting a heavyweight devastating puncher and things of that sort. So, I mean, I don't know why he would want to have a real fight with Mike Tyson, especially years after they both had been retired. So I think all in all it worked, but these numbers indicate that boxing is still alive and well. It ended in a draw. The contest resulted in a draw. I thought Mike Tyson, if we were being fair and scoring it, he would have won it. But, you know, I'm glad that it ended with everybody healthy, nobody getting like badly hurt or, you know, really knocked out. I think that would have been a crazy look if one of the legends in this particular fight got badly hurt or knocked out or something like that. So this was all around a success. I think Snoop kind of stole the show with his commentary. You see old media was hating on Snoop, like, oh, you know, why is this guy doing this commentary? But all in all, I think the fans were left with a treat. I commend Mike Tyson, Roy Jones for stepping in there and showing the true warrior spirit. And Roy was holding his, it looked like he was kind of holding his stomach. I think them body shots at his current age, he started to feel that a bit and things like that. So I also give props to Trilla. I thought Trilla did good, you know, considering this was their first real outing and endeavor in boxing. And everything was smooth. I ordered the pay-per-view smooth, had no issues. Mike Tyson looked like he got in some good shape. They did a good job with the bios. I thought the Blake McKiernan versus Badu Jack fight was also fun. So this was just, it was good old-fashioned fun. And the thing I like is this pretty much shows me that you don't really, I feel like real, and I'm not trying to shade Mike Tyson, but real boxing, for lack of a better word, like non-celebrity boxing, all real boxers that are pro fighters, not like YouTube cards and stuff like that. I think there's some takeaways that they can get from this particular fight. You know, don't take yourself too serious. Have fun with it. Promote. You know, it helps that Mike Tyson and Roy are legends. You know, and everything kind of just worked together. It kind of worked together. You had star power. You had this satisfied people's curiosity. You know, how 250-year-olds look. I don't think a lot of people even knew really what the rules were, but they're like, oh, this is Mike Tyson, this is Roy, I got to watch it. They didn't even know it was an exhibition. So, you know, these different ingredients, when you put it in the gumbo pot and stirred it around, it worked. And it obviously worked by the numbers that are coming back. 1 to 1.5, those are like Canelo versus Chavez numbers. That, I mean, this fight did better. I see a lot of people comparing it to Tank Davis and Charlo and stuff like that, but they're not talking about this did better than Canelo versus Cotto. This did better than Canelo versus Chavez and Canelo versus Golovkin if it hit the 1.5, 1.6. Now, don't get it twisted. Canelo in the Cotto fight, you know, I could pull it up. That did about under 1 million. You know, let's pull it up. Canelo Cotto viewership pay-per-view buys, right? It said it generated 900,000 per ESPN. So people keep bringing up Charlos and, you know, black fighters only and people who are connected with PBC, but this fight did more than, look, it says Canelo Cotto at Mandalay Bay generated, you see it right there, 900,000 buys. So this was just all around a success because we're in a pandemic. And I think that's another reason why it worked. You know, that's another reason why it worked. Now, obviously, there was revenue and different things attached with the Canelo Cotto pay-per-view, like live gate and stuff, but we're in a pandemic year. I'm just stressing the point that people are going tit for tat, numbers for numbers. The other thing with like guys like Gervonta Tank Davis, that was very respectable. It's his first pay-per-view, and he went viral with the crazy knockout. To be honest, to be fair, Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. as a fight, it was fun. You know, it had that vintage nostalgic feel, but Tank Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz obviously was a better fight, and it was a real fight, and it really counted on their record, and it ended in a brutal knockout. So Tank is almost like the new Mike Tyson, to be honest. So it's only going to go up from here. People got to understand with making pay-per-views, it's really a process. These pay-per-view stars, they're not born overnight. It's going to take time to cultivate and ready the audience and let people know who you are and let people know that you've arrived. That's like expecting Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson after he left WWE for him to get the paychecks that he's getting now, for him to have gotten that when he was doing The Rundown, which is actually a good movie, by the way, The Rundown with The Rock. But whatever he made in The Rundown probably ain't what he's making for Fast and the Furious, Hobbs and Shaw, you know, movies like Jumanji 1 and 2. It takes time. It takes time for Dwayne "The Rock" to keep Johnson to keep knocking you over the head and dropping hits and coming with more and more hits and doing new endorsement deals and Under Armour, you know, things like that, coming out with his own shoe and headphones. And, you know, it's a process. I mean, that goes for anything, even my YouTube channel, something as simple as that. When I first started, I got nowhere near the paycheck that I get now or the viewership that I get now. Like some days I would look at my video after it had been up a full day and have 72 views. YouTube was a lot different back then. Like literally 72 views, that's what it would show. YouTube was real different. That if you get to 301 views, it would say 301 plus, and it would just stop the count, and then your views would be stuck. So like I couldn't even make it to that. And if you're an old YouTuber or you've been around for a while, you'll know what I'm talking about. So that was like a cool thing. Like generally when YouTube had to tally the views, they had to calibrate, or not calibrate, but tabulate the viewership. If your view was real hot, that it would get frozen at 301 views and get stuck, and then they'd have to verify that the views were real, but they've improved their systems. So that was a cool thing. If your video reached that, especially if it reached it quick, then that means your video was cooking and a lot of people were tuning into your video. I couldn't even get to that when I first started. So the moral of the story is it's a process. I was getting to 200 views or 72 views and stuff like that. Needless to say, shout out to Mike Tyson. Who's that, T.I.? Hey, Kodak Black, fix it expeditiously. Now, I felt it was mighty disrespectful the way Mike Tyson put that boy Jake Paul in an altercation against Nate Robinson. Hey, because the way he was crucified and the multiplicity, that's how T.I. be talking, cultivated in the fact that Nate Robinson got his brain spilled on that canvas. Hey. So yeah, man, shout out to the legend Mike Tyson. I'm ready for Errol Spence fight week. Mike did his thing, over 1 million views. He showed he still got that star power. This should be encouraging, not discouraging, for the new acts like the Tank Davis. Mike Tyson said he'll come back. Evander Holyfield called him out. He said he'll come back. But this should be an encouragement, not a discouragement to the new people in boxing. You know, if Mike Tyson doing numbers like that for a 50-plus-year-old curiosity fight, then get your branding together. You know, get your branding together and become a legend like Mike Tyson. Get your bars up, get your reception up, and let the whole world know who you are. So, you know, I'm not gonna pit this Mike do outselling. You know, a lot of people doing this corny shit like Mike Tyson outsells people. Mike is Mike. He's supposed to outsell people. Look, he with legends. So let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbow. It's a meaning. I'm with Mike Tyson, right, bro? He's a legend. He with Rocky right here. So I'm not gonna pit the OG with the new crop, because the new crop ain't done what the OG did. You know, if you already fought on pay-per-view and you coming back for the first time in 15, 20 years or whatever it's been, you know, and people are curious, people are stuck at home, it just worked. You know, people are stuck at home with the pandemic. They can't go nowhere. And I think the price point was also good. That could be something considered and current boxing can learn. Maybe for other cards that aren't Errol Spence, Danny Garcia quality, where you know you could get 75 out of it, maybe consider that $49.99 price point, maybe even $59.99, $64.95, just a little bit. You know, we are in the times where some people have lost their jobs and money ain't coming in the same, stuff like that. So this is all stuff that boxing can learn from. I thought Snoop being a commentator, that catered to the youth. He was just saying fun comic relief stuff. Wasn't taking it too serious. He was smoking weed. They had live performances. They just made it an event, an entertainment event. And I think Trilla in their first outing with Tyson Jones, these numbers, this is killed. This is everything DAZN said it wanted to be. But I think Trilla got close to that and closer to that. Canelo on DAZN, in America wasn't doing 1 million, but Mike Tyson was. So people have money. I tell you all the time, people have money to spend. It's just a matter of if they gonna spend it with you. Shout out to the God, Mike Tyson. And didn't I just say that? Y'all must have forgot. Roy Jones, great numbers, true legends. Smash the like button. We working.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.